If you want to help support our channel, head over to Patreon and become a VIP member today. And it sure be nice if you did head over to Patreon and become a VIP member, because if you go to Patreon, we're going to tell you right up here at the beginning. If you go to Patreon and become a VIP member today, you get this episode uncensored. Let me do the, where's it at?
Yeah. We're covering some very interesting, unofficial, unreleased, leaked spicy material.
That's right. Stuff that we can't play for you uncensored on YouTube. We're just going to tell you, before you people start getting in our comments and bitching and moaning, look, you should have known we were never going to be able to play this song without doing a little sense. I mean, we could.
And then, just like the CEO of United Healthcare, UMG is going to send a hitman after both of us, and then we'll be involved in some crazy case.
Yeah, they're going to find Fernando at a McDonald's. It's funny because that's going to be old news by the time this airs. And so you can kind of get a timeline as to when we're recording this.
Yes, we're recording this stuff, We do. I mean, yeah, there's a lot. Speaking of, Fernando and GNR, we have a tour, I guess. So.
Yeah, well, who gives a shit?
And it's kind of funny. It's like, a photo of Axl Rose and Flavor Flav at the F1 Grand Prix in Vegas would somehow lead to Public Enemy opening for GNR on tour.
Oh, that might be pretty cool. Well, we'll talk about all of that and much more today on the show, because we're finally getting around to reviewing monsters tonight. So stick around, and we hope you choose to join us. And ladies and gentlemen,
the monsters in your closet, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I can't do a Randy Savage right now. Not on the air.
Release some monsters. Yeah. You didn't want to unionize, you fucking jabroni.
Anyway, folks, for the 321st time, welcome to the Guns and Radio Podcast.
Listen, motherfuckers, to the show that should be heard. Download on your smartphone the show that you deserve. Streaming fucking bullshit, that's what we are. Podcast full of madness, isn't that absurd?
Hi.
Oh, it's us again.
Yeah, it's just you and me, nobody else.
Yeah.
Just you and me, and we're going to just do a little podcast all by ourselves. Oh, Lord. Well, you hear that. That song could only mean one thing.
Oh, goddamn.
Well, look who it is. Got them dude parts.
Two of them.
Really confused now.
Man with two dicks.
He is, in fact, a dude, and his name is Mason Frost, and he is here with us today for this very special edition of Guns and Radio. What could be our last episode ever if we don't handle it.
Well, we're moving over to Rumble after this, so.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Please don't banish us to Rumble.
Or Vimeo or something.
Vimeo. Yeah, I think I'd rather just not do a show than have to pay to put it on a platform.
Yeah, we're a Daily Motion.
Do you have to pay to use Rumble?
I think you have to pay to use Vimeo. Rumble just takes forever to upload. We tried. Like, we were going to move everything to Rumble and then dual post, but it takes like 4 hours to upload 1 hour long. It wasn't even an hour long episode. It was one of our first episodes back when we did 30 to 45 minutes.
Welcome to the jungle. That episode was under an hour.
I wonder how they do that then, because I've seen some like live streams on Rumble, and the live features of some of the streams I've watched seem to run pretty well.
Well, that's how we got all of our old episodes up on YouTube. Was we live streamed them because it was quicker than uploading them, and but I mean,
but that doesn't really make sense though, because upload speed should be upload speed. You'd think.
You'd think, but it's not. YouTube's a whole lot quicker than Rumble.
Probably depends on the APK.
Oh no, I don't mean on different platforms, but I mean like you said, even on YouTube, uploading a video takes longer than just streaming the same video that you were going to upload.
Well, there was more to it than that, because see, a lot of when we first came over to YouTube, a lot of our older episodes only had audio. They didn't have any kind of visual to them because we didn't tape visual for the whole first season.
Yeah,
I don't even think we recorded video in the first season.
barely ever.
The first 52 episodes, and
Yeah,
then so what I had to do is I had to go in and put a visual and render it into a video form. So by the time I edited it and all that shit, let it render and all that, so it was just quicker just to live stream it and then download it off of YouTube, and that's what I did. So now when you watch all of our old shit back and it's got a video with it, that's where the video came from, is I just ripped it off of YouTube again.
I know I'm kind of pissed off because I had a video editing program. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's like one I actually paid for. It's not like just some like free random thing I downloaded that should suck ass. And I installed it, and I could never make the program work. Like when I tried importing a video into the program, it would just get stuck on not responding when you tried to upload a video into the program. Because we have a video that we never even put out that we recorded when me and Rick come up to your house, because I've never been able to edit the video because I could remember, because I was going to try editing that chip video we did.
That's right. Why don't you send it to me and I'll put it together?
I can do that. I'll probably have to do it. It's going to be such a big file. I'll probably have to do it on like Dropbox or Drive or something like that.
Send me the file and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to put it on whatever platform you want to put it on, I'll do it for you.
I was going to let you put it on y'all's thing. I just wanted to try editing the video because I wanted to try getting into some kind of video editing and learning how to do it. But my program would just never upload it into it.
Well, I use Adobe Premiere, and I had to go to college to learn how to fucking use it, but it served me well. It's a big learning curve, but once you get past it, it's a good software. Or if you start with it, I think it's probably
it's pretty expensive though, isn't it? Like to buy it?
Yeah, it's about $100 a year to get the upgraded version. I spend but I don't get it every year because they don't change nothing every year.
Yeah.
So, and I bought because we were going to buy Photoshop this last year, thinking it was going to have AI because they advertised it, and then it was just because there's Premiere and then there's Elements. I just use Elements because it does everything that I need and it's not that expensive. Now, Photoshop Elements doesn't do the AI, and I'm not paying $1,000 for AI. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen.
That's how much it costs? Yeah,
it's like fucking dude. Photoshop and Premiere and stuff are really expensive if you get the full versions and not just the Elements. If you get but Elements just gives me everything. Like, if you wait a year and you get the outdated version, you can usually get it like $50-$60. So I would recommend Premiere Elements. But you also got to make sure your machine will handle it. There's a lot to it.
Well, my computer should be able to run anything. I dumped so
this
much
hunk of shit.
Yeah, I dumped a lot of money. I basically built a whole new computer base. I should have just built a whole new one because I replaced so much in it. That's essentially what I did.
Probably would have been cheaper.
No, it would have cost more, but
let's see. We're going to be doing monsters today, and we're going to be playing a game here in just a little bit.
I kind of got that Phil Spector hair going on down here.
I love how Phil Spector is still a running joke.
Oh yes, the ghost that'll never stop haunting this podcast.
You know,
well, we did. I
thought of a long-running joke that I hadn't heard in a while, which I've missed the last few weeks. So maybe, I don't know if it's been brought back, but it had been a while since I've heard you do it. I haven't heard the La Bamba bit in a while.
Oh fuck! We did it a couple months ago, I think.
I don't remember. Okay, so I have to spread it out, and I have to get really clever with it sometimes because it's really hard to trick.
Yeah,
Chris.
I'm catching on to this shit.
Chris will figure out, when I'm getting ready to set him up for a La Bamba, and it's no fun.
And it's winter time now, so I'm expecting to see my favorite guest come back on the show.
Oh, I gotta find the hat. Gary Caputo, eh? Yeah.
Oh gosh. No. No.
Oh yeah, that's right. We haven't had Gary Caputo on in a while. Chris's cousin, in real life. It's not just a character I play. It's an actual person. We already get Copilot to draw us up a picture of a just a stereotypical Canadian man and see what it gives us. I bet he's riding a moose. It's kind of like how every time I show pictures that are supposed to take place inside Caputo's house, there's always like a Canadian flag hanging somewhere. Like he's just got them in every room of the house. And a bag of milk just sitting on the counter.
It's like North Korea, where every household has to have a picture of Kim Jong-un in it, or they get arrested and killed.
Oh
Yeah,
my
see, in Canada, they have to have at least one live beaver in every room, 24/7 for it to.
Whenever Chris's internet cuts out and we miss him, it's because his beaver chewed up the Ethernet cable.
Oh, it's because the beaver's not on the wheel running. See, that's how the internet works in Canada. It's like a beaver running on a wheel, and it'll get tired and it'll start getting, and that's when Caputo's internet gets out, and then he kind of has to shock it and tase it to get it to start running on the wheel again. So, a little behind the scenes knowledge for you guys.
What do you know?
Yeah, we don't want to get too technical for you laymen out there.
Yeah, right. I mean, it'd be a boring podcast if we just sit here and talked about Canadian technology all day. So, I mean, there's not a lot of it. I imagine it being like the Flintstones, you know, like how they got like a vacuum cleaner. It's like a what do you call it? Like an ant eater sucking all the dirt up through its nose. Anyway, speaking though of Copilot, that's actually a really good transition to our first bit of the day, because we're going to play a game with you guys, and the game is called Guess the Sesame Street Monsters game, in honor of the song that we're about to review, Monsters.
Very nice.
And let me explain how this game works. Or do I do that? Let me see if I cheat a little bit. Do I do that later on? Maybe not. Nope, I do not. Okay, so here's how the game works. The rules. I asked Copilot to generate a picture of a Sesame Street monster based on a rock star. So I asked it to create a Sesame Street monster around a rock star. And so you guys are going to take turns. We'll let Mason go first since you're.
I got a question. Copilot, what is that? I'm assuming it's some AI imaging, but
it's AI imaging. It's like Chat GPT. It's Microsoft's Chat GPT, but it does the same thing that Bing's image generator will do, only a whole lot more shitty.
Which is just the way we like it here.
Yeah. And so these are each of the first renders that I got when I told it to generate, because it's hard to get it to do things. Because it won't do people if you name them by name.
I hate that about AI, all the rules they put on it.
Yeah, we need.
Give me. I wish there was an AI service out there that was just unfiltered, like no restrictions.
Yeah, that would be nice. There is, but you have to get on Discord to use it, and I'm not doing all that. So, I mean, sometimes I had to get creative with what I put in it to get it to generate the person I was asking for. So let's see if. You guys can guess. There's going to be 5 of these. So here's what we'll do. We'll let Mason get the first guess, and then we'll let Caputo get a guess. If he agrees, he just won't get a point. You know, you guys figure that out. All right, so here's the first rock star that we have on the docket. And I don't have any clues.
Oh, wow.
But, I mean, he's holding a guitar.
Black hair with a guitar. That could be literally anybody.
Yeah.
There's like 5 guys right there. It comes up with in my head.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think though, with the hair that kind of. Well, I don't even know if the hair actually looks like that, because it might not have generated the same kind of hair. I mean, like, like the texture and waviness might not be exactly the same cut. Trying to think. I'm thinking. I think I'm leaning more maybe to some kind of metal band.
Okay. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask Chat GPT to give me 20 clues where the answer
may lie.
and yeah. So let's see, because I don't want any of them to give it away.
Well, I've got a guess, but I'm gonna let you give me a clue before I give my guess, though, because it might change my guess.
All of these are fucking obvious.
Oh, all right.
Oh, he did appear as a playable character in a video game. He is known for his distinct stage presence. He has played frequently with many of rock's biggest names, including Michael Jackson and Lenny Kravitz.
Well, then that just makes me gonna say Slash. Then
You're guessing Slash?
I wasn't gonna guess Slash because he doesn't have a hat on, but
Yeah, well, you were correct. It was Slash,
see.
and there's the prompt. Okay, good.
before the clue, I was gonna say Kirk Hammett.
I
Oh,
was
well.
leaning with that too. I was thinking that, or I was like, wait, is this like the fucking someone like Black Sabbath? Maybe it was like Tony Iommi.
Yeah, so you're going to get to see as this goes on the exact prompts that I had to use to get it to give some of these people. For some reason, Slash, it just did.
I was about to
I
say
guess-
that one. You got to use the name.
Well, it's because he's not real.
Yeah,
We've already figured out
Go,
Slash
go,
is like
Slash,
Santa
go,
Claus.
go,
There's
Slash.
no real Slash. It's your parents.
Your mom banged your dad, and that's how Slash happened.
We're
But I
just
mean,
gonna have
so
to-
like, it doesn't really, like, if you just seen that, you wouldn't say Slash probably off the top of your head. But the image itself is a pretty decent image of like a Muppet Rockstar kind of character, though. The
Oh,
image
yeah.
itself is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, let's see. It's giving me 20 clues for the next one now. Luckily, I have my cheat sheet here.
All right. What do we got?
Here's your next one, Chris.
Oh, jeez.
Who is this?
Looks like a
let's-
fucking hippie.
This rock star has appeared in movies.
Mhm.
He is known for consistently reinventing his musical style.
Okay.
It's just naming movies and shit. He's married to a supermodel and is a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, God, that's
All those hints could be so many people.
that's like 500 people right there.
Yeah,
See,
well,
But he's got a guitar in his hand.
yeah.
I don't know if that's really a clue or not, though, because I don't know. But
I don't know enough about this artist to say one way or the other.
See,
I've got
the gray hair is
I've got
giving
a
me
guess.
Rod Stewart vibes, but the purple
see, but
in there.
but see, here's the thing, Caputo, is I wouldn't go off even color or hair or whatever because
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate it's making these. You saw the Slash.
I will
very vague.
say, from what I know, I can see what it's picking up.
I've got a guess. So
What's your guess, Chris?
You know what? I don't know. I feel like the sort of the look and the vibe of this stuff. Like I'm just judging by even by the clothing as well. Something 60s ish. So I'm gonna go. No, not him. I'm just some. Oh fuck! I thought I had it, and then I was like, no, it can't be. Shit.
Let's see.
Fuck
we get
it.
some more
Jimi
clues.
Hendrix. I guess.
He makes music. No, I'm sorry. It's not Jimi Hendrix.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Mason,
All right,
you
I've
have a
got a
chance to steal.
I don't think the picture doesn't really give me that much to think this, but I'm still gonna guess David Bowie.
It was David Bowie.
Oh,
But
God
I
damn it. I
had
even
to-
thought of it after, too.
I had to tell it to do Ziggy Stardust to get it to.
See, I already had my guess in mind, Chris, when I was telling you I wouldn't go so much off the picture because I was kind of looking at it. The reason I guessed what I guessed was more of the outfit, the feather, the glittery feather kind of thing. The hair did not give me it at all.
Yeah, the
But then
hair's
it's-
what
but-
is the
Bowie
only.
and Labyrinth right there, the hair, man. Come
But
on.
then, and then the guitar. I know Bowie played guitar a lot too, which probably maybe a lot of people didn't know. Maybe, but then, even though the clues were vague, when Dustin says he was in movies, I was like, all the clues lined up with Bowie too. Like movies, I was like, yeah, Bowie did a lot of movies. So,
Yeah. All right, Mason. So you get the first guess on this one. I love flying Elmo in the background, by the way. Let's see. Some clues. Let's see. Because it gives me all this obvious shit. Like
I'm just gonna guess Gene Simmons.
Okay, well, Mason, you have 3 points now because it was but I had to tell it to do the demon from Kiss.
So I almost guessed Ozzy Osbourne until I seen the eye makeup, and then I was like, oh, it's got to be from Kiss.
Dude, that's what I was gonna. I would have went with 2 because I see the bat. I'm like, oh look, he's gonna bite the head off the bat or something. So,
The Elmo bat, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also the fact that Ozzy Osbourne doesn't play any kind of guitar, so
that too. Also, yeah, this look.
Even though that's a guitar and not a bass, but
Yeah, that is a good point. I was gonna say. I was gonna say, wait, is it a bass? I'm like, no, it's 6 strings. Shit.
You can't really guess so much off the details of the picture. You have to guess off the vibe of the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it don't know how many strings a guitar has, and
That's
how many.
True, yeah.
It barely can get right how many fucking fingers we're supposed to
more
have.
like facial than anything.
All right,
that's actually a pretty funny. That's a pretty funny Muppet character.
I do like that Muppet. I would love to
cool.
have that Muppet as a Muppet that I could bring up and talk to you guys. Hey, that's the demon of country radio. If somebody out there is a puppet maker and you want to make that for us, hit me up and we'll figure out how to get it to us.
Yeah, we need a ventriloquist 4th person, maybe.
Yeah, no, it'll just be me going, well, I'll get her out here. I'll hide behind the microphone.
We're going to have like Cartman's hand, you know, like.
Hey, guys.
Like
I am Jennifer Lopez.
Hey, I'm
I like
Jennifer
tacos and
Lopez.
burritos. Yeah.
Oh, babe, I love your taco flavor kisses.
All right, Chris, we got one for you now. You get to go first on this next one.
Yeah. Oh, this is some real fruity shit.
Yeah.
I feel like the first thing off the top of my head, Elvis Presley.
You're going to go with Elvis? All right.
Yeah.
Well, you are correct. That one is Elvis. And that one let me use that. I guess because Elvis is more of an iconic thing.
Oh, yeah. Elvis has been around for so long. Like
So the hair definitely gives away Elvis. But when it first popped up, my first immediate guess was Elton John.
I would have went with that because of the colors and like it's very like vibrant out there.
And the glasses.
That too.
Yeah. It does have a very Elton John feel. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of Bootsy. In a way.
Bootsy Collins, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, last one. Mason, you get to go first on this one. And I got to say, if one of you guys get this one so quickly, I will be stunned.
Holy shit.
Well, we don't have much to go on this one.
Let me get the chat GPT.
It's funny because it looks like a Talking Heads album cover.
Yeah.
This is some shit David Byrne would be into.
Is that how you say his last name?
David Byrne? Byrne?
I always said Byrne, but I don't know.
Byron,
I never heard
Byrne.
anybody say it out loud.
I think it's Byrne. I don't know. It's Byrne? Byrne?
Yeah.
Something like that.
If you guys want these clues, then I'm going to have to give them to you now because my phone is literally just about to die.
You might as well say some clues because there's
All
not
right,
much
so
on
this artist was born in 1946. He is known for his powerful vocal range. That one's too obvious. He's also known for his stage presence and showmanship. That one's too obvious. So is that one. He is skilled on piano as well as his voice. He wrote and recorded numerous classic rock anthems that are still celebrated today. And he once worked at an airport before rising to fame.
Oh, I don't remember reading anything about that in this book, but I don't have another guess right now, so I'm going to still stick with Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler is incorrect. I'm sorry. But Chris, you get a chance to steal.
It says he plays the piano. Like my first guess was like Iggy Pop, but I'm like, I don't know, it looks very wild and out there.
I've never seen Iggy Pop play a piano either.
That's the thing too. That's like when I heard that, I was like, it kind of threw me off. Freddie Mercury?
Yes, it was Freddie Mercury.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Well, Chris, you got 2 points, and Mason got 3 points.
Yeah.
So you're winner.
It was weird, man. I looked at the teeth. I'm like, wait a minute. The teeth are there for a reason.
And if you look really, really, really close, you can kind of see the mustache.
Oh yeah, underneath like his nose there,
yeah.
a little bit. Yeah.
But I didn't want to give it away, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would have. I don't know if I would have ever guessed that. I mean, you said pianos. Why I went with Steven Tyler, and 46. I didn't know what year Steven Tyler was born, but I was like, that sounds probably pretty close.
I mean, I would say probably.
And then the only other hint was how big the mouth was. I was like, well, Steven Tyler's got a big ass mouth, so
That too, yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Don't look it up. Nobody Google it. Steven Tyler, are you going 46 or what year do you think he was born? Everybody throw out a year.
One second, let me think what year it is right now.
I'm thinking
2024.
56.
Caputo's going.
What,
Are we going Price is Right rules where you can't go over?
I think it should be closest one.
Okay.
what'd you say, Caputo?
I went
56.
1956.
No, I'm gonna say 48.
Okay, Alexa, what year was Steven Tyler born?
Steven Tyler was born on March 26, 1948.
Oh, nail
yes!
on the head.
Shit, okay.
All right. Good job, Frost.
I was just doing some math. I was like, I don't know exactly how old Steven Tyler is now. It's like early 70s. So just to do math fast, I said, let's say 74. That way I can just subtract 24 from that to make it an even 50. So that's.
Well, that is pretty interesting. Actually, I do know what we're going to play when we get into our song. We're going to be playing a cover of this song from YouTube user. If you're listening to the censored YouTube version of this episode, the cover of the song you're going to be hearing is from a user named Bruno Amaral, and we're going to put his info on the screen for just a second there, so you guys can go tell him how good of a job he did.
Well, I got a question. If we're going to be censoring the audio, why are we listening to a cover? We could just listen to the real one, right?
No, we're going to listen to the real one, you and I, right now. But when they hear
people on the Patreon are going to be listening to the real version.
Yeah. And so if you're listening even on Patreon and you want to hear the cover, that is the URL that will take you there. So figure out how to get that off the screen. There will be a link in the description because I've made a note to put it in there. So
yeah,
I just did all that and then forgot about it. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the moment you've all waited for. Let's listen to Monsters by Guns N' Roses. I'd probably help if I turn the volume up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, wait a minute.
I just want to say right here at the beginning, that violin or whatever it is you're hearing sounds an awful lot like that intro that everybody was talking about that was supposed to be the general.
Yeah, the old intro they used to use for their concerts, I believe. I think they use it for like most of the Chinese Democracy tour. I don't know if there was a different one used during the 2002 tour.
Oh, I don't know what they did during the 2002. When I went in 2010 and 2011, they were using Dexter.
Okay, yeah. I think in early 2010 they had one. I gotta listen back to the Toronto concert from 2010. I believe there was some sort of orchestral intro.
I'll bet that's why whoever recorded that cell phone video at the party where they played Monsters and forever they thought it was the general.
Yeah.
And then now that Monsters has come out and we can now I listen to that cell phone record, I hear it plain as day.
Oh yeah. Looks I think too, like apparently this is technically is like a part 2 to the general technically, because like when this leaked it was registered under ASCAP as like the general and Monsters. From the research, a little bit of research I've done, I could be wrong on that. Maybe it's just hypothetical thinking from people in the community. But
Well, this is way better.
Yeah, this is way better. Like if this is supposed to be like the addendum to the general, this is like the way better half of it.
Yeah, this is the community leaking something to make good for that shitty general we were about to
Yeah. You give us the wrong thing, damn it.
All right, let's hit play. Do you have the lyrics, Caputo?
There are lyrics, yes.
What's he saying right there? The monster's dead.
The monsters
ketamine.
can't get me.
The monsters can't get me.
Yes.
Okay, I was not hearing that. So
yeah, and there are verses in a chorus. So
yeah, we're gonna do our normal shtick here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I got another question.
Mm-hmm.
Is he saying it's over now or it's all burned out?
I can read. I'll just read you that whole first verse.
Just give me that part, and we'll cover we'll tell a story when we get past the first verse in the chorus.
Yeah, well, that's part of the chorus we were referring to.
Oh,
yeah. So
I did not realize.
Yes, that's part of the chorus. The
first
verse.
Of course, it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Just do your thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so verse one.
I need to quit telling you how to do your job.
No. I'm just thinking if you want me, I can do from the verse. Here.
Yeah, just do it from the beginning. Let's start out here because we're gonna get the story.
A tour de force of an evil old passion, a broken heart that was out of fashion. Dynamic duo, keep your figure crashing. My early warning was your Satan laughing. Then the chorus, he goes, I was there for you. It's all I could do. Oh, but it's all burnt down. Oh, but it's over now.
Oh, so it was both.
Yeah, so it's both. So he's
okay.
Kind of getting from both ends there.
Hey, I see what you did there. All right. So just to clarify, it's the monsters can't kill me. Is that what he's saying? Right?
Yeah, the monsters can't kill me. Then that last line, I guess, before the second verse starts, he goes, "The monsters can't help me."
Oh, okay.
So this is dealing with some interesting shit. Then, if we can judge just by the lyrics, it's probably going back into Axel's pretty fucked up childhood.
I can see that, especially with the subject matter so far mixing with the subject matter of the general. I can see that being a likely scenario.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what, read us this next part. Let's do it that way.
Verse 2 here. You stole my soul with the devil's romancing, all alone in your bedroom dancing. Thought I could feel somebody worth having, but in the end, I guess you're good for the damage.
Well, that definitely seems more like a romantic relationship.
Yeah, I feel like this sort of starts out like the first verse seems like it's about like maybe him in his younger years. It's definitely probably a song about, you know, Axel and his sort of failed relationships with, you know, with the opposite sex, or just about love in general. I mean, we've heard about all of them being publicized in some shape or form over the last 40 years of this band's existence. So I definitely feel like then he's probably like just blaming that like on past traumatic experiences. It seems like
linking the two together.
kind of, yeah. It's like, listen, my shitty ass childhood is probably the reason why I can't, you know, he couldn't like, you know, keep like a wife for long enough or something, or why
I like
maybe his relationships don't work well.
I mean, he's been
I
married
like
to Widow since 01. I mean, you know.
Allegedly.
I like in the verses at the end of every line, in the background you hear it go. "Woo-hoo."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Axel
like
putting some of those backing vocal charms on there.
Yeah. A little bit of hee hee.
Whoa. Use there, Michael.
No, I'm digging this because I'll be honest with you, man. I'm gonna save a lot of my comments for the final portion here.
For the review.
But it does give me chills, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. This is one of those songs that when it first came out, I didn't know what the fuck I was listening to, but I was like, this is fucking epic.
It's interesting, and it definitely fits sort of the era of you know, guns at that time. This is very much Chinese democracy era, and like this fits well. This would have been perfect for like, you know, like the epilogue of even the first album, or if you want to leave this for part 2 of Chinese democracy, it would have been perfect for that as well, if that ever happened.
Yeah, is this Slash playing on this track that we have now, or do we even know anything?
I have no idea, to be honest. All I know is the vocals sound very much mid 2000s Axel. So
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously,
All of the vocals.
yeah. That's gonna be every
whether they're
song.
from 99 or like all the way up till 2006. So it's from there.
Because this just suddenly appeared.
Yeah, this is out of nowhere. Because wasn't this supposed to be like on a vinyl? They were supposed to put this as a B-side on a vinyl or something.
I don't know nothing about this song. It came out of nowhere. It was never there. I don't think there were ever any rumors, unless this is Soul Monsters. But wasn't that like an instrumental on one of those CDs?
I think this was supposed to be Soul Monsters, because there was an instrumental on the Village League, the Me and My Elvis thing. So and then those are two completely different tracks.
So maybe this is Soul Monster, and then everybody's just calling it Monsters.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to call it Monsters because it's going to be what gets people to watch the episode. But
with these fucking working titles, man, this shit make no sense anymore. Like, it hurts my head. Even though I was trying to like just to do like a little bit of information and like dig into research on this. There's not really much. But even just looking through like, you know, r/Guns N' Roses, there's people like, oh, is this the Elvis and the Soul Monster song? I'm like, I don't think so. That's a different beast altogether, I think, that song.
Yeah. I think Me and My Elvis is...
Yeah, and it ended up becoming that, and it was like some weird ass fucking titles they had during the writing process.
I don't think Me and My Elvis is a final title, because it's like $3 Pyramid became better.
Yeah, like, you know, it was Hard School was before that was what, like Checkmate, and then it was like Jackie Chan at first.
I don't think it was ever Checkmate. I think the way it got named Checkmate was because the guy that leaked that 30-second clip in 2002. Look how long we had
the DJ going and fuck you.
Yeah, I think that was. I think he called it Checkmate as a message to somebody and whatever he was trying to do.
Yeah, but that was. I mean, the story of that was what, like a song for a Jackie Chan movie that never ended up happening.
I heard that, but I don't know. I never heard it from like Axel. Only thing Axel ever said was the real Checkmate's a fake title and the real name is Jackie Chan.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jackie Chan was like that'd be an interesting concept for the sequel to Chinese Democracy.
Yeah,
Jackie Chan is the one to inspire democracy in China through kung fu and the way of the fist. And Rush Hour 4.
It's just Axel singing songs about karate. He writes, oh, dude, that would have been a great album. Axl Rose singing songs like from the Karate Kid. Try to be bad because you're only a man, and a man got to learn to take it.
I'm a bust.
I kind of want to hear that. Somebody that does those Axl Rose AIs, make You're the Best.
Yeah,
a
you're
thing
best
for me.
around.
Yeah. Nothing gonna never keep you down. That's one of my favorite songs anyway. So.
It's kick ass.
Now, see, that doesn't really sound like Slash to me.
Yeah, that sounds like someone from that CD era of the band.
Yeah,
It's
but
Robin
to be
Fleet.
yeah, but to be fair, like I mean, I don't think like absurd sounds like Slash's normal style either.
Fair enough.
It's
Fair
true.
enough. But there's just something about the way Slash goes about putting his fingers on the strings that I don't know has a
You could kind of tell.
yeah, it's kind of
in a
got
way.
a sound to it, and I don't know. This is, but it's hard to tell because some of them, like Mason said, sometimes they don't sound like Slash at all. If
Mhm.
you didn't know, I mean, look at that fucking Rihanna song we did that one day, and we couldn't find Slash to the whole fucking thing. Like, where the
Yeah.
fuck was Slash
The
this whole
closest
time?
thing to Slash was Rihanna dressing up as Slash in the
Yeah.
music video, and that was it.
I don't even think Slash was even in that motherfucker. They never got around to mixing his guitar into it.
Yeah, he
I
was
couldn't find it.
fucking too busy with some other shit.
He was watching Shrek. You know that photo I was sharing a while ago of Slash standing there holding his guitar watching Shrek. I was like, "This is why we ain't got a new album yet." That's what that was actually taken during the Rihanna session. He was just standing there watching Shrek the whole time. And
Unless maybe Slash foreshadows Shrek 5. Who knows? That's where we're getting our new GNR songs now in DreamWorks kids movies.
Shrek.
Yeah.
Sequels.
Yeah, they're going to be doing a very hard rock cover of "I'm a Believer" by Smash Mouth. And then I saw a face.
Ha!
Somebody wants to be the one that's gonna be.
Love to
No more UFO covers, please.
That was just disrespectful. I don't care what Yarmo says. I've had time
Dude,
to think about our little argument and our little spat over that. And
Oh, I didn't hear about whatever that was.
I didn't tell you about it. I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
Dude, that song was so. I listened to it when it first came out. It was so bad. Oh my god, it was so bad.
He basically got mad at me for saying what we were all thinking while everybody else in the comments was kissing ass and
terrible mixing on the vocals. That's it.
And I said
I
that
don't even know if it was the mixing. I don't know if you could have done anything to make those vocals sound good.
Today we have AI. You could have done something.
You could have done a little bit of something. Shit, man. Listen, if Vince Neil still sounds decent in the studio on a shitty Motley Crue EP, I think Axl can sound 100 times better than that.
Thank you. That was my point. And that's exactly what I said to Yarmo. But I think the reason he got so pissy about it is because Melissa mixed it.
Yeah,
and
that's
my argument was that there was so little care done to Axl's voice and fixing him to sound good for this that it was disrespectful, and I felt like it was disrespectful, and then I didn't know Melissa did it, and I guess
well, I mean, regardless of even that, like there were other songs, and like Axl specifically said that one was like his favorite one. That's the one he wanted.
Oh Lord, how terrible were the others?
Which was like, is his hearing gone too?
To be fair, I never heard the original, and I went back and listened to the original just to see how different and how bad it was. I didn't like the original version of the song either.
That's true. I didn't like it either.
Yeah, because UFO is like very specific, kind of like weird, like space proggy psych rock. Like it's a very out there, like niche genre of music. But I mean, people like it. So,
well, anywho, that's all in the past. I mean, I don't hold anything. I love the guy personally. I think he's a great dude. I mean, he don't like me so much right now, mainly because of. I think he especially doesn't like me because of how associated I am with you know who. And I also don't know if maybe that I think Axl just surrounds himself with sycophants, and that's part of the problem.
Oh, well, he has since, the early 90s.
So And you know what? I'll tell you what. You put me on the payroll, I'll kiss your ass all day and tell you how great that shitty song sounds.
Exactly.
Until then, Yarmo.
You kiss.
Until I get the
ass.
Yarmo deal, I'm going to tell the truth. And if you don't want to hear the truth, then I'm sorry. But I don't think it's Axel's fault. I think it's whoever mixed it's fault because they knew they could have did better. Anyway, let's get back to this song. Because this is the one they're listening to, right?
This is actually a good one.
This is the episode they're checking out. Let's see if we're gonna drop this shit or not. Okay, now that I've started listening specifically to those violins and orchestras and shit, I'm convinced now that that's exactly what I'm listening to is that old intro because I'm hearing like little things inside it now that I'm
there are definitely bits and pieces of it they used. Why not? If you have it, use it.
Yeah, fuck it. Roll with it.
Roll with it.
You paid for it. You might as well.
You paid a guy to do it, man. Shout out Marco Beltrami. So
now this is a crazy idea. Okay, just throwing this out there. This is fucking nuts. Probably would never actually work. But what if you were to take that song that you've put all this money and time and investment into, and then you were to like, let's say, publish it on Spotify or something, and then make a little fucking money off of it?
Yeah.
Now I know that's crazy. That's not the world we live in, one where people want to make money all the time. But
I think Axel just put out a statement to you about that.
Oh yeah, what was that?
What you want and what you get are two completely different things.
Yeah, they're just trolling us with this fucking tour now.
Yeah, good luck getting me to buy it.
Which is funny because I think when that originally leaked before, I saw our buddy Brando from AFD, the Appetite for Distortion show. He posted he's like, oh wait, Guns N' Roses used this shit 40 years ago back in the club days as the tagline for their posters.
I saw that.
So I was like, wow, they had to really dig deep for that one.
What you want and what you get are two different things.
And I love what's called a world tour, but it's like, oh, we only announced Europe dates, so it's not really the world.
I'm gonna spoiler it, okay? I got a little inside information here, y'all. I didn't want to tell y'all this one and ruin it for everybody, but I'm just gonna tell you it's 3 hours of Glenn Campbell covers.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the whole
depending
show.
On which date you go, you may get a decent opener, so who knows.
No, it's just Glenn Campbell covers. We got Wichita Lineman 500 times. They're just gonna play that over and over again.
Fuck.
Hey,
all night long. I'd shoot myself.
Caputo's already got a ticket to every show day. You don't have to sell him on it anymore.
That is Chris.
My summer's busy with a lot of other concerts. I can't be jetting off to Europe.
Oh, you're going to another Glenn Campbell cover band? I didn't know. How many do you have in Canada?
No.
That's rock and roll
in Toronto to worry about, okay?
Oh, you see Chris just like humming Wichita Lineman as he drives to work on his moose.
I drive a car.
What kind of moose do you have? Is it a big moose? Is it a...
Is it the sports model?
I drive a goddamn Ford. Just like frig off.
A Ford moose?
Is that his name?
No.
He's got jetpacks on the side of the moose. He's got so this is what Caputo drives. It's a moose on rollerblades with jetpacks on its side.
Oh my God.
And you see him crank it.
This
sounds like a episode of Happy Tree Friends.
Oh God, who's dying today?
Oh man, the moose. We'll just go ahead. I wonder if anybody out there besides us remembers that. Hey, baby, do you remember Happy Tree Friends? Oh, you don't know about it. Anyway, I'm going to hit play. All right, I got to pause right there.
Yeah, that's a hell of a bridge right there. Holy shit.
And now you've heard Dustin why they won't release the song because Axel don't want to have to try singing that.
Yeah. But I mean,
Oh, I wonder if that would have something to do with it because he won't do what's the song? Oh my God anymore for that reason.
well, also I think what they originally released as "Oh My God" was, it was originally a demo, and they were rushed, apparently, as the story goes. Then there's that new version that leaked with Bumblefoot on guitars.
Well, that's why that one sounds better, and the one that we got sounds like shit.
I guess because it was. I think that was still a work in progress, that song, anyways. And then they're up all night rushing that for a fucking shitty Schwarzenegger movie. So
oh, that movie is terrible. It's
the movie
unwatchable.
sucks. Oh,
if Guns N' Roses was not associated with that, I never would have made it as far as I did. We're gonna have to watch that on an episode, and maybe on Movies That Rock.
I remember when we did Oh My God. I think you were actually trying to watch in the background at the same time.
Yeah, and then I lost interest halfway through the episode, and then we didn't even finish the movie in that episode because I just forgot that it was on.
That's a season 1 callback, ladies and gentlemen. That's within like our first 10 episodes. I think we did that song.
We were still getting our shit together by that point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were still figuring out. We were still doing this over the phone.
No, you were doing this over Skype. I guess technically it's also over the phone.
I had no idea what this motherfucker right here looked like.
For a good while.
At least 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wild. Anyway, what was you going to say, Mason? Was you going to add something?
No, but I will now. Just to tag on to what you were just saying, not knowing what he looks like. Good thing he ended up being so pretty, or you'd have to drop him out of the podcast.
Oh yeah, I almost did. Because I was like, "Look, dude, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna just tell this. I shouldn't tell it on the air, but I thought someday we might get big enough that we start touring like a lot of podcasts do, and I'd like to get a little pussy too when we go to the thing. And I can't have somebody that's gonna be getting all the pussy and
Plus,
going to
not just because he's got that mustache, but also he's foreign and exotic, and all these girls will be like,
I know he's Canadian and Italian. How fucking unfair is that?
"Oh, Caputo, what's it like in Canada?
Show me your moves with the rockets and the rollerblades." She said that's the fastest way to get in a girl's panties is to show her your moose with the They can't hear you. Anyway. Oh man. Yeah. Anyway, what was we talking about before we got off on getting pussy?
I mean, there's that killer bridge that Axel just pulled off.
That's great, man. This yeah, because I think also we're gonna get a key change here in a second, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You got the lyrics. Read us that bridge.
Yeah. So he goes, the more I did what I did for you. There's no excuses for the hell on earth you put me through. I never cared how much I cared when I cared for you. To make you better, there was nothing that I wouldn't do. I doubt there's anybody left that wants to know the truth, the dirty secret that you hid away inside of you. Whoever thought I'd be around to shed a light on you? Well, here's the story, baby. I got nothing else to do.
Huh, well.
So, like, he just goes in. It's basically like he's, like, breaking up with a chick or something. Like, it's very toxic relationship, seems like. Is this still, like, is this, like, the Stephanie Seymour part of the album, it seems like, still? Could
be. Could be Aaron. Or it could be a lot of people, because it also could be the family shit he's been through in the past. Because
that's true.
Family put him through hell when he was younger. I mean, the poor man's had a hell of a fucking life that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, even though it is him being a famous ass greatest rock star ever.
Yeah.
Well, it's still not the most epic way I've heard of a musician breaking up with their girlfriend, though.
Oh, really? What was your most epic one?
The most epic one has to be Prince. He was dating Carmen Electra in the mid 90s.
I know.
And
okay, I've heard this before, but go ahead and tell the name.
And he found out she went on a date with another guy, And so he wrote this song. He's got this, and it's actually my favorite Prince song too. Actually, it's called "I Hate You."
Oh,
And
he
actually flew her out to his place or whatever. When she got there, he played her that song, broke up with her, and then sent her packing.
That's pretty epic. It would have only been more epic if he did it on stage.
Oh, like when he kicked Kim Kardashian off the stage, like, "Welcome to America, bitch. Get the fuck out of here."
Well, I mean, goddamn, dude, you're dating a porn star. What the fuck do you expect? That's like dating a stripper and not expecting to get your tires.
Well, this was
smashed.
Carmen Electra before she was famous. Like Prince gave her the name Carmen Electra. Like that wasn't her thing. That was actually Prince who bestowed that name upon her. Because like she moved to Minneapolis to be part of his entourage or whatever. Like I think she started as a dancer or something. And then he ended up actually producing an album for her, but like it's actually awful, that album.
Well,
so.
that was Prince's go-to move. Like he was always dating the chick that was in his band.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make an album. You're gonna have a protege now."
Yeah, that's what. So yeah, all the female up and coming singers or whatever that he produced. That's how that was his go-to move of locking them in, was being their producer and writing their music.
Yeah,
and shit.
start as a backup dancer, then like you open for him on tour or something.
I mean, that's a good I love you. If you've got the talent and you're going to guarantee, and you've made so many famous bands that Prince made, I mean, what better gift could you give somebody than, all the fucking tracks and fame that they fucking want? I mean, at least he shared the wealth, But I don't know, man, because that could turn around and backfire, because then, you get it. And then, like being famous sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you get to be rich, but you get to live in this giant mansion and all this other shit. But then, you don't get to go to the movies anymore. You don't get to like just
see. I don't know. I feel like I would be the kind of celebrity that enjoyed fame. Like I'd be like one of my favorite comedians is this guy named Bert Kreischer, and he like loves being famous. Like he parties everywhere he goes. Like, and he doesn't do this anymore because he's too big to do it now because he plays like arenas and stadiums and stuff now. But like even to the point where he was doing theaters, he would announce from the stage what bar he was going to afterwards and tell everybody to come to the bar, or he would tell people like what hotel he was at and tell everybody to come to the hotel and party. And like I feel like that'd be the celebrity I am. I'm like, everybody, we're going to such and such bar. Let's go party.
I think that would be fun for the first 5 or 6 years, but after a while, I don't know. I feel like I'd be over it. I feel like Axl's over it.
Oh yeah, because I mean, I remember when Axl showed up at Duff's show in LA recently, and like I saw there was this one photo. I think I sent you guys it, where like people noticed Axl was there, and they're just like phones out. Everyone's got this shit out.
Yeah.
And Axl feels like, "Oh fuck, what did I just walk into?"
Yeah, dude, and that sucks. Like your buddy's trying to play, you want to go see your friend and support him, and you can't even fucking do that. Come on, dude.
But also, like your Axl Rose, you're going to a Duff show, so people at the Duff show are going to be Guns N' Roses fans and know who you are.
More than likely.
Why are you in the crowd and not like side stage?
Or if you're in the crowd, just go somewhere in the back. Get in disguise, get hidden too. I mean, like it goes both ways. Like I can see both sides of like the coin and the argument.
Well, it's not so much because a lot of people make the argument, well, yeah, but just because they're famous doesn't mean you have to bother them. But that's not what I'm saying. But if you are famous, you should know that people are going to bother you, whether you think they should or not.
There's like a 99.9% chance one person will.
Oh yeah, if I bump into Axl Rose at the grocery store, I'm gonna try to get a picture.
Yeah, he's gonna be pissed and you're like this with his sunglasses on.
Because let's be real, this dude ain't gonna want to hang out with me and just bullshit about what the fuck ever. I'm sure we have nothing in common. Or we might. I don't fucking know. We seem to have had a similar childhood to some extent.
Yeah.
I would never treated some ways like he got treated, but we did have that whole Pentecostal thing. We both escaped that cult, so what can I say? We'd just be talking about, wouldn't that be some shit? You meet Axl Rose and spend 4 hours talking about church.
Well, here's what I think about this religion.
Well, hell, when I met Bumblefoot, he spent 10 minutes explaining to me how to be cheap in a casino, and I'm like, dude, I've been poor a lot longer than you have, but I'm going to let it in. All right, here we go. Okay, so these riffs right here, specifically, I'm going to hit play in just a second, but listen to these couple of guitar riffs here. This does to me sound like Slash, so it's really confusing for me.
Okay.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, if you listen really closely, it does kind of sound like some like Slash noodling, some that Slash would probably pull off.
Yeah.
You
Anyway,
know, it's something very small, like intricate, kind of in his sort of bluesy vein and style. I can definitely see that.
well, let's wrap this up. And there it is in the rearview mirror,
did it.
Monsters by Guns N' Roses.
But it also, that whole outro on guitar though, sounded completely out of place in the song though.
Really?
Like it does, like the song is like this heavier, kind of darker sounding thing, and it sounds like he's playing like this high pitch, like I can't tell from just listening to it, but it almost sounds like he's playing like a major, something in a major key when you would think to fit the tone of the song, you'd play more in a minor.
I guess I can kind of see what I'll tell you what, let's do this. Why don't you go ahead and
Right.
give your final thoughts, Frost, and just tell us everything you want to say right here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all gonna agree that this is way better than the General, which I think sucked.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like this. I mean, and as a demo, like I can't imagine that this leak would be the same thing that would be released as the final product. Like it sounds like it needs to be cleaned up some.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted because Mason's got his dabs in the background with his wax and fax and.
That's actually from a record store. It's just
Oh,
got a
okay.
bunch of empty cans.
I was gonna say
Bunch of empty
that's
cans in it.
definitely some record store stuff right there.
Oh, I thought it was like dabs. Okay. Anyway,
No, but I mean, I like the song. I think like a lot of the elements are good. I don't know if they necessarily all fit together. Like the guitar part, like I like the part on its own. I think it kind of doesn't match the vibe of the rest of the song. The other thing that I don't love, but I'm okay with it, is like in the chorus of that song where Axel's singing in his natural voice. And he does that on a lot of these songs that have been, they've reworked and put out over the past couple of years. And like you obviously get why he does it, because obviously look what singing the way that he's sang for most of his career did to his voice and why he sounds the way he does now. But at the same time, it just doesn't sound as good as his raspy voice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm fine with it. It's okay. But overall, the song, like I said, it's still much more enjoyable than what we actually got released officially. So I'd probably give this like a 3. I give it a 3 out of 5.
right on. Chris, who's going next? You pick.
I can go next.
All right.
I'll take dibs next. Yeah, this is like 1,000 times in the general. This is like the part 2 to that song. This is, I think, the better part of that song for sure. Man, this song just like is fucking hits on a lot of things. Lyrically, it's definitely some heavy shit. Definitely some of Axl's heaviest stuff in terms of that. And I just feel like it fits the whole vibe, this whole industrial thing they were going for in the first place. And by they, I mean it's mostly Axl's vision. It's what he was going for pretty much since 1997. We wanted to do this shit, and I think it fits really well. I like the sort of like it sort of it's slow, but it's slow and brooding, and it does give you at least a payoff where it builds that bridge where he just lets shit go and he just unleashes the verbiage there. Just some really solid stuff, and I wish this should have been released by now, and it's a fucking travesty and a shame that it's not. So management, get your shit together. Put the old quotes that we used to, the old soundboard in there, because this is fucking solid, man. This would work as a B-side for something, and it's a really solid B-side. 4 out of 5, I'm gonna go with.
Right on. Well, I'm going to say a few things. First off, I do agree 100 times better than the General. And, Caputo hit on something I was going to talk about the subject matter being very heavy and everything. And maybe when Baz was talking about the Generals, the heaviest thing he's ever heard GNR do, maybe he was talking about this. I mean, fuck. Forever we thought that, that shitty cell phone recording at a party was the General. Maybe Baz thought it was the General also. And maybe parts of it were originally supposed to go to the General. Maybe it was one song that got split into two. I don't know. It's kind of hard to hear that though, because they don't really because there's mixes where people have combined the two, and it sounds like you're listening to two completely different songs. But I don't know. What the fuck do I know? Maybe they would go well following each other on an album or something. But I feel like, and as far as the outro goes, now Mason mentioned that the guitar sounds a little bit out of place, and I can kind of see what you mean. But at the same time, I see it's Guns N' Roses, man. They do that even in Paradise City with the outro. It just kind of, it all could fall apart at any minute. That kind of vibe. I feel like it was a very GNR. It sounded like Guns N' Roses is what I'm getting at. The song, I definitely am aware I'm listening to Guns N' Roses when I'm listening to this. Unlike, say, Absurd. And I like that the song kind of does combine a lot of different kind of music. It's like heavy metal mixed with Queen, mixed with doo-wop. It's like so much shit combined together that just fits all together. And I'm going to even be honest about another thing. This song is actually one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs ever. It gets a 5 out of 5 out of me.
Ooh, alrighty. Perfect.
But
Almost
the important question is, what did you think? Let us know if you're watching on YouTube in the comment section below. Everybody else, head on over to gunsnradio.com and continue the conversation in our Discord about monsters. But I do got to say, do not be putting any of them links or leaks in our Discord or
not in there. Save that shit for the DMs or some other private other place.
You do what you do in your DMs. Do not do it, and don't come in there looking for them in ours, because Sheriff Ian will ban you.
You're asking to get banned.
And I can't undo a Sheriff Ian ban. Okay, I probably could if I really wanted to figure out how to, but that sounds
we really
like
don't
a lot
fucking
of
feel
work.
like it.
And that's why we got a guy. I mean, that's why Ian is the fucking sheriff, so we don't have to fuck with this. If I go undoing all the shit he does, then what was the point of having a fucking sheriff in the first place? Okay,
pretty much.
So, yeah, Sheriff Ian gets you. Don't come running to me. There ain't nothing I can do about it, or nothing I'm gonna do about it. I probably could, but I'm not gonna. I'll say I can't to appease you in the conversation we have, but
that's about it.
The truth is, I'm just not going to. And you have been warned. Anyway, we're not going to spin the wheel tonight because we already have a plan. Look, and that's Blitz we're recording. This is how much shit we have left to get to.
Oh my God. We're about halfway done already. So
yeah, and most of this, look, I'm going to show you. This much of it is my notes for the Christmas special. So, which, by the way,
next week.
7 fucking days to Christmas.
Woo!
7 days. It's almost Christmas, everybody. If you
get your damn shopping done already.
I was gonna say I haven't even finished my shopping yet.
No, I finished mine.
Thank
Me and
goodness.
Sierra. We
Hey,
went
at
out.
least for you guys, your government postal service isn't striking. So
Oh,
Hey,
dude, I was going to
no,
ask you off air.
no,
What
no,
the
no.
fuck's going
What?
on in Canada
No,
right
wait,
now?
wait. Before that, I am pissed off. I ordered a new belt buckle. It must have been right before they went on strike, and I didn't know. Well,
yeah,
one, I didn't know anything about that. I didn't even know it was coming from Canada. I got into looking. I'm like, why is my fucking belt buckle still not here yet? Because I got notified when they, turned it in and the label was printed. And I went to it and went to the tracking website, and it pops up a notice saying this Canada postal strike. And I'm like, how? I wish they'd figure this shit out and give me my fucking belt buckle.
Yeah, Canada. For once, it's not us that needs to get our shit together.
hey, if you're unionized and you get picked the right time to strike, I'd fucking do that. Fuck
Right
the
before
system.
Christmas, that's a dick move.
Hey, why not?
I mean, effective, yeah, I guess that's the most effective one. But wow,
God,
what a dick move!
Why don't Trudeau actually do something helpful and just end the fucking strike?
He won't. Of course not. He's not gonna do shit. Like it should have been over like at least a good week or two ago. Just give him a little bit more money. That's all they want, anyways. Just give him a little.
Well, he didn't even. But I don't know how y'all's government works, but like here in the States, like the president can forcibly end a strike if he chooses to. I don't know if Trudeau.
this
Yeah,
is how-
they can after a while. After a certain
I'll simplify
extent,
this. I'll just I know how to explain Canadian government. Okay, I'm a pretty big Canadian expert here. So what they do is they have a giant maze down there in Parliament, and they open it up, and then the beaver runs through the maze, and whichever exit he comes out of, that's the decision that the government makes.
Well, beforehand it'd be Rob Ford running down and tackling every other counselor in the office. Have you ever seen that video? Yeah,
I know. I was going to say. I thought about him
Mayor
recently.
Rob Ford.
I thought about him recently, and I was like, how wild of a time was that when they fucking Canada had this big name mayor that was just like obviously out here on crack.
Yeah, he denied it, and then after he passed away, R.I.P. The Toronto police released the video, and it was actually him.
I was
doing
there was
Jamaican patois too,
yeah.
which was insane.
Crackheads get shit done, damn it.
Exactly.
But luckily from what I hear for you, Caputo, is that things aren't looking too hot for Trudeau in this next election. There's that other guy.
His ass is grass, man.
Who's that other guy that they're saying is going to beat him in the next election?
Yeah, our conservative party leader there, Pierre Poilievre.
Yeah, Pierre Poilievre. That's the name I heard.
Yeah,
Donald Trump's going to climb
conservative.
We're going to annex Canada as the 51st state.
I mean, might as well at this point.
Listen, you guys can take the entire province of Alberta. How about that? I think that's fair. They basically want to be American.
You know what? No, we're gonna take Quebec and we're gonna force them to speak fucking English.
Oh god, how fun with that?
You know, of all the American shit, that's probably what they would do. That's probably the most likely. Let's be fucking real. As shitty as we've got.
None of that French wee shit anymore.
Dude, I don't like it either, but it is funny.
Anyway, folks, thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Guns and Radio podcast. We certainly appreciate you being here. I had a great time in this episode, and hopefully you did too. Be sure to come back next week for our big-ass Christmas special, or I should say our Christmas Eve special, but it's Christmas.
The Christmas special. And then in 2 weeks' time, we're going to have something very special for our New Year's special as well. So, definitely, we'll announce that at the end of next week's episode on Christmas. But
well, we already told them what it is. So if you really want to find out, go listen to some older episodes. That's a good teaser, though, Caputo.
Yeah.
We're doing a big live countdown with champagne. Everybody should tune in. We'll have your champagne ready.
We do have a special start time. We are starting about an hour before midnight, so we are going to get to have a New Year's countdown and everything. So.
Watch us before the ball drops, and watch us before your balls drop.
And until then, I'm Dustin Bonez.
And I'm Chris Caputo. We'll see you guys next week on the Christmas edition of Guns and Radio. Peace.